Far Cry 3 just got a 60 FPS patch on the PlayStation 5 and I'm here to get the Platinum Trophy for it. This is one of those classic 2010s era single player games that got universal praise back when it released. And in all that time, it's been unavailable in 60 frames a second on PlayStation until now. There are 44 trophies in total, 12 for the main story, 3 for side missions, 7 combat related, 4 for map completion, 3 for collectibles, and all the rest are miscellaneous. And of course, you have the final Platinum Trophy at the end. And we begin with the main story. We view a montage of a vacation before the camera pulls back, revealing the player character Jason and his brother Grant captured inside a cage with one of the main antagonists, Vas Montenegro, a pirate leader holding them for ransom.
Follow me.
Grant and Jason escape and sneak through the camp before Grant gets hit. Jason then runs with enemies chasing after. And after the title screen, we get the trophy First Blood for completing the intro to the game. He is rescued by a man called Dennis and gives Jason some money for a gun. And he tells him how to unlock the GPS network by climbing towers around the map. I think this may have been the first time a game popularised the whole Ubisoft Towers thing. And then he tells us how to hunt animals, in a completely ethical way, of course.
Yes!
Soon after this, we encounter a Bengal tiger, making it out and getting the trophy Hunter Hunted for taking out a predator. Dennis then tells Jason that they have a lead on where to find one of his captured friends. They head to a nearby camp with a few soldiers. Jason heads in, guns blazing, definitely not because he failed to stealth his way through the first time, and he takes out the enemies in the camp. He opens the main door to where his friend Lisa is, however she isn't inside, and a message left on the computer says that she managed to escape.
He escaped on the west side of the fucking island.
Dennis then tells Jason that they have located another one of his friends at a doctor's house on the west side of the island. But before we go there, we get 2 more trophies. Supply drops are drivable time trials, and we unlock the trophy Road Trip for completing our first one, and the trophy Artsy Crafty is unlocked for crafting 5 upgrades. Jason heads over to the doctor's house, who tells him that his friend is upstairs. Daisy is safe but seriously ill, and the doctor has no medicine left, and asks Jason to go find some cave mushrooms in the cave below so he can turn it into medicine. So Jason heads down to collect them. Inside, he is affected by the mushrooms, getting high as a kite, but eventually finds the ones he's looking for and gives them to the doctor. He synthesizes some medicine and she wakes up, and we unlock the trophy Magic Mushroom for completing the mission. Dennis then calls Jason and tells him that he can listen to the pirates' communications from the wreck of a cargo ship called the Medusa. Jason heads to it, taking out a few pirates by stealth before using the radio to listen in. Finding out that the pirates plan on getting a ransom for each of them and then selling them off anyway on the black market. And before Jason can leave, an alarm rings out and the ship comes under attack by more pirates, which Jason then has to fend off. Jason meets back up with Dennis, who asks him to destroy a large cache of weapons in order to weaken Vas's forces. Jason agrees and heads to the enemy base. Jason manages to sneak his way through, getting the trophy Island Paparazzi for attacking 25 enemies with the camera along the way, and takes out all the guards with stealth before planting a bomb inside the weapon storage and letting it go off. Jason heads through the prison camp and heads inside. He hears Lisa's voice, but only finds a video of her being interrogated by Vas before being knocked out by a pirate. Jason wakes up in a ruined building tied to a chair with Lisa and his other friend Oliver. Vas lights some gasoline on fire and Oliver is taken away. Jason makes his way through the building trying to rescue Lisa, and they both manage to escape the building and get into a truck, and we get the trophy Jungle Journal for 50 journal entries before they both come under attack. Jason fights them off with a grenade launcher before finally losing them, and we unlock the trophy Worst Date Ever for rescuing Lisa. Jason heads into the cave underneath the doctor's house and finds Daisy wanting to fix up an old boat to use to escape the island. Jason then heads back out and gets another call from Dennis, who wants him to meet someone called Citra. Jason heads there and Dennis introduces him to Citra, who asks Jason to find a lost artifact and gives him something to drink. Jason drinks it and starts hallucinating, seeing visions of future events and of a dagger. And after leaving the temple, we get the trophy One of Us for completing the mission. After this, we get a lot of other trophies for various activities. After liberating more outposts, we get the trophies Unheard for liberating an outpost silently, and Rebel with a Cause for liberating 3 outposts total. We get Inked Up for earning 5 skill tattoos, and after activating 9 radio towers, we gain the trophy Full Bars. We get the trophies Poacher for hunting a rare animal, and Bagged and Tagged for completing a hunting side mission. Another side mission type is taking out a specific target with a knife, and we get the trophy In Cold Blood for completing one. And we get the trophy Money to Burn for spending $5,000 in the stores. And we are finally back ready to go on to the main story. Jason heads to the bar he saw in his vision, and sees a man from his vision. Jason follows him back to his hut. Jason goes inside, and the man introduces himself as Willis, a CIA agent, and asks Brody to burn down a medicinal plant field, and gives Jason a flamethrower to play with in exchange for information on where to find his friend Oliver. Jason heads to the fields and burns them all down with a flamethrower, Molotov cocktails, and explosive barrels, all while fighting off many pirates, before finally blowing up a boat. After completing the task, Willis tells Jason that Oliver's name may be on a manifest note, and that note is one of Willis's contacts. Jason heads to a nearby rice field. Jason moves in to rescue him from the pirates. He then escorts him through the village, fighting off guards before finally reaching the manifest and snapping a photo.
Oliver's being transported on the old road. I've sent the decrypted coordinates.
Jason heads to the location and uses a sniper rifle to rescue Oliver, taking out lots of pirates before Oliver pulls up on a boat and Jason jumps in. They escape with Jason defending them with a machine gun, and after escaping, we unlock the trophy Hands Off My Stoner for rescuing Oliver. Oliver joins the others in the cave and Jason leaves. Next, to look for his other friend Riley. Willis then calls.
What's the guy's name?
Buck.
So his name is Buck, and he lacks to
Jason heads to the bar and talks to Buck, who is willing to let Riley go if Jason can find an artifact for him, and shows him a picture of the dagger from his vision. Jason agrees and heads off to find it. This begins a series of 4 missions. The first finding 3 pieces of a compass, which leads to the final location of the dagger. Jason brings it back to Buck, who agrees to the final exchange, and Jason sees Riley in the basement. However, Buck has no intention of letting Jason go, and the two get into a QTE knife fight. Jason wins, and we unlock the trophy Retake Wall Street for completing the mission. Jason then takes Keith to meet the others back in the cave. Jason completes his mission for Citra and gives her the dagger, and afterwards, Dennis tells Jason that some of the men have been captured. Jason, along with a few soldiers, set up an ambush in a small town and attempt to free the prisoners. Jason gets to the transport and opens it.
Hey, Jason, you miss me?
Jason wakes up at the edge of a steep cliff with a Vass.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
And Vass pushes him in. Jason manages to free himself but is unarmed. After taking out a few pirates, he has to stealth his way to a helicopter, holding the pilot up and telling him to fly away. But it's hit by an RPG and crashes. Vass then shoots Jason.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
But he wakes up but in a pile of corpses, still alive somehow. He crawls his way out and goes out to find the equipment and phone, heading to a nearby shack, sneaking inside and unlocking the trophy Have I Told You for completing the mission. Jason heads back to Citra and has another hallucination session, and then fights a boss from Black Ops 7 apparently. Afterwards, claiming leadership over the Rakyat army. And then the final assault on Vass's camp begins. Jason fights through the camp, taking out multiple groups of pirates before confronting Vass himself. Jason takes him out, and we get the trophy Taken for Granted for taking out Vass. Jason heads back to the cave, and with the boat nearly fixed, they talk about leaving soon. However, Jason says he isn't leaving and plans to stay on the island. To get to Hoyt, the other antagonist of the game, Jason works with Willis to defend a plane while Willis repairs it. Willis tells Jason to meet his contact within Hoyt's army. The plane reaches the second island, and Jason jumps, unlocking the Higher Than a Kite trophy for reaching the second island. Jason heads to the bar Willis mentions and meets Sam, his contact. Sam's idea is for Jason to infiltrate Hoyt's army as a member and take him out from the inside, but first Jason needs a uniform. So Jason heads to the PMC's base and takes out a lone guard and steals his uniform. As he approaches a check-in, another guard asks him if he wants to make some extra money on the side. Jason then comes face to face with Hoyt and leaves on a boat. After this, we get a lot of other trophies. After getting all the laptop memory cards, we unlock the trophy Memory to Spare. The trophy Love to Boom is unlocked for taking out 4 enemies with a single explosion. After liberating all the outposts in the game, we unlock the trophy Island Liberator. Improper Use is unlocked for taking out an enemy with a repair tool. After taking out 50 enemies with the Flamethrower, we get the trophy Heartless Pyro. Taking out an enemy with a bow from 50 yards rewards the trophy Toxopholite? I think that's how you pronounce that. We glide down onto a pair of enemies and take them both out with a knife, unlocking the trophy I Never Saw It Coming. We craft 25 syringes and unlock the trophy Needle Exchange. And using that deep dive needle we just made, we unlock the trophy Fearless or Stupid for diving down 60 meters. We use rocks to distract targets, and after the 25th distraction, we unlock the trophy Rock Always Wins. The trophy Say Hi to the Internet is unlocked by interacting with this buried person on the beach. I believe this is a reference to an internet mini-series before the game released. We get the good stuff for crafting a special syringe that I never ended up using. One of the collectibles in the game are relics. There are 120 of these in total, but we only need to get 60 of them. And for collecting the 60th, we unlock the trophy Archaeology 101. The other hidden collectibles are the Letters of the Lost, basically letters from dead Japanese World War II soldiers on the island. And for collecting all 20, we unlock the trophy Dead Letters. For buying all attachments and paint jobs for a gun, we unlock the trophy Aftermarket Junkie. And after winning $1,500 in poker, we unlock the trophy Poker Bully. And after all of those trophies, we're finally ready to continue the rest of the story. Jason tells Sam about the man who approached him in the PMC base. Sam says that he can use this to leak the traitors to Hoyt in order to win his favour. Jason takes out 3 of the traitors and finds some evidence of what they're planning. Jason finds information about a meeting, and Jason heads there to try and find a roll sheet with more information. But first, Sam has another job for Jason to win some favour with Hoyt. Pirates have rigged bombs on a nearby medicinal plant field, and Sam wants us to help defend it. So we go along with him and defend him while he defuses the bombs. Jason then heads out to get the roll sheet. He witnesses a meeting on a bridge and takes out the 2 vehicles, along with the pirate holding the sheet. Jason gracefully makes his way I said Jason gracefully Oh, for f***'s sake. He makes his way Oh, forget it, fine, I'll go around. And he eventually gets the roll sheet before escaping. Sam then introduces us to Hoyt. We hand over the information on the traitors, and Hoyt then gives us a job to integrate the prisoner. He goes down and sees that it is his friend Riley, previously presumed dead. Jason has to keep up appearances, so he still interrogates him. After Sam messes with the cameras, they plan to escape. Jason and Sam will take out Hoyt during a poker game, and Riley will escape during the chaos. And after the interrogation, we unlock the trophy Deep Cover. In order for the plan to work, Sam says that the communications network and fuel depots need to be taken out in order to create chaos for Hoyt. First up is the satellite dish. Jason heads in and plants explosives, and defends them until Sam can pick him up in a helicopter. And then the fuel depot. Jason drives with Sam and a mounted machine gun into the depot. Jason then plants explosives on all the containers, and they both escape and witness the fuel depot exploding.
America, fuck yeah!
Time for the final mission. Jason and Sam meet up with Hoyt for a game of poker. However, during the game, Hoyt takes out Sam with a knife. Eventually, Hoyt cuts off Jason's finger, and another QTE boss fight begins. Jason takes out Hoyt, and we get the trophy Poker Night for taking out Hoyt, and Jason rushes to the airport to rescue Riley. Along the way, Jason gets a phone call from Lisa. She and her other friends have been taken.
Jason, where are you? They're taking us. I don't know where. We need your help.
Jason fights his way through to Riley, taking up many soldiers along the way, before finally boarding a helicopter, which Riley flies. Jason takes out even more enemies from a mounted gun, and finally they escape to the doctor's house, which is now on fire. We then unlock the trophy Fully Inked for learning all skills, and Jason talks to the doctor. He says that jungle warriors took them to the temple. Jason heads back to the helicopter, and Riley flies it to the temple. Jason confronts Citra, who then uses hallucinogenic dust on Jason. After more visions, he awakens to a knife at Lisa's neck and decides to rescue his friends instead of joining Citra. Dennis, who is angry with Jason, tries to stab him, but Citra is caught in the middle. We then witness the boat leaving, and the credits roll. And after the credits, we unlock the trophy What a Trip for completing the game. Now normally I like to get the platinum as the final part of the main story, but I actually forgot a trophy before starting the final mission, that trophy being Free for All for completing a 100-meter fall. So I get onto a glider, fly over the ocean and drop, falling into the water and unlocking the trophy. And we then unlock the platinum trophy, Mastered the Jungle. And that is Far Cry 3 complete. And if you are still there watching, thanks for watching. This was a very, very quick platinum trophy, far quicker than I thought it would be. I only spent about 25 hours on the game, but it was excellent. Would recommend it to play if you haven't already. And I feel in the mood for some more Far Cry, so I think in the next video I'll try and do Far Cry 4. If I can get the multiplayer trophies unlocked. I did see that there may be issues with that. So, I'll see you next time.